Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you to this daily UPSC MCQ series and Mission 2020. We are taking here important questions, current affair based. These are, and I'm giving you details daily, and this is now very much settled that in the morning the Hindu analysis we are doing. We are collecting facts there, understanding issues and discussing these issues deeply, analyzing them and applying the logic there. So that's the case of maturity, and that is needed there in the process. And here these are the facts. So this is for the prelims, those are for mains, prelims and interview, all stages. So that's the case. So follow both the lessons and let's start this. 21st June it is, and give me your feedback how you people are liking these questions, and do you see them any useful there. And most of the students they said that it's useful, so we will continue that, and thanks a lot. These are important courses, very much affordable one. We have taken care of this thing that these should be approachable for maximum number of students, and they should not find it very difficult to approach this specific examination. So there is no hindrance, and this is all your dedication, how much you gain here. So these are the numbers, and chat section is available here, and all these courses are available. PDF you will get here on this Facebook group, and Telegram's link is also given. So daily take these PDFs and assess these questions and learn from that. And please go through the PDFs in both the lessons, in the morning Hindu lesson and in the evening the MCQ lesson. Kimberley process certification scheme. Whenever you see Kimberley is famous for diamonds, placed in South Africa, and this specific process is relatable with the diamonds. Actually, you see, you must have watched a movie called Blood Diamond, Leonardo DiCaprio's movie, and that was based on this issue. Because in rivers like Orange River, it's riverbed, you may find diamonds or gold and all these things, and it is famous for that particular thing. And many warlords there and other military journals, or maybe some very controversial personalities, they are behind this illegal mining, and they are employing small kids, and drugs, guns, everything is involved there. Everything problematic is involved in this process, and these are the rough diamonds which they are bringing out from the earth. But these are called conflict diamonds because they are very much expensive, and they are used in financing these terror groups and these wars and these disturbances. And many areas in Africa are disturbed, and many rebellions are there, so they are financed with these conflict diamonds. So that's the case, and that process was shown in that movie, and very important movie, so you should watch that. So Kimberley process certification scheme came regarding that particular trade of rough diamond. Okay, and India is a founding member. This is wrong. India is a founding member only. This is also wrong, because it is not regarding the free trade of diamonds. It is not regarding that. It is regarding the regulation of the rough diamonds trade. That's the case. So both are wrong here. D9 is the answer, and you can read that in the PDF. International certification scheme that regulates trade in rough diamonds which they bring out from earth, and these are sometimes conflict diamonds when they are used in financing that. So Kimberley process certification scheme outlines the rules that govern the trade in rough diamonds, and it is not any organization. It has no international organization status, but it's an important one, and it regulates, and it shows some advisories, and it helps countries in bringing out these legislations importantly. So that's the case, and it is also described in United Nations Security Council and these process of conflict diamonds. So that's very important. Okay, and this is the way it is shown here, how it is working, and you can go through this particular PDF there. Kimberley process open to all countries. 55 participants are there, 82 countries, and in these 82 countries 99.8% of the global production of diamond is there. So that is the case. So there is World Gold Council in UK, World Diamond Council is also there, so that representing the international diamond industry. And next question is regarding some telescopes. As we all know, Hubble is a famous telescope. It is working till now. Chandra Observatory is there. It's an X-ray observatory. You see, what is the observatory meaning? All these telescopes, what they are doing. I was telling you regarding the Big Bang theory and Big Bang issue, which was there 13.8 billion years ago. So till now we have evidences that Big Bang happened and this universe is expanding, and many evidences we have now. So we look at something, then it is our visible range. Means I'm able to see this screen, so it's a visible range of wavelength, and that's different one. For X-rays it's a different range, for infrared rays it's a different range, but many other machines can be there which may detect infrared rays or waves, but I cannot observe that. So there are infrared cameras for that, they can see in total dark situation, but our eyes are not set for that, we can only watch in visible range. So different wavelengths, different telescopes, and some are X-ray based, some are infrared based, and they are observing the universe with their particular eyes. So that's the case. So this is the case where observing universe in different wavelengths, that would be the answer. C is the answer here. And Spitzer Space Telescope, now it is going to retire in January 2020, and permanently it will be shut down after 16 years of exploring the cosmos in infrared light. So it was the infrared telescope mainly, Spitzer Space Telescope, and many discoveries it has done in this particular time, and you can go through all the details in the PDF, and all these are important observatories. Chandra X-ray is by NASA, it is not by India. The name is Chandra, but it is X-ray observatory, and very important one. It is still operational, and these Hubble telescope, that is also still operational. There was a gamma rays detector also, but that is not operational right now. So that's the case. Spitzer focused on the infrared band. Okay, infrared, this is somewhere heat sensing, because in the dark, out of the released heat from some bodies, these infrared waves are coming to the cameras, and they are detected there. So in some security cameras which are able to capture infrared waves, so you see that condition. The visibility is different, the picture is different, but you can watch with a different wavelength. Next, the Financial Stability and Development Council. This question was asked in 2016 Prelims Examination. FSDC, which is chaired by Finance Minister, it is not by Prime Minister, so that's the case. And Financial Stability, just remember, it is Finance Minister, and it is not a statutory body. Not a statutory body under Minister of Finance. This is wrong, this is again wrong. First is correct, but because it was recently constituted, and the main task of coordination and cooperation between regulatory bodies and all, and it is having members which are secretaries from all the departments. RBI governor is also there, finance minister is also there, so that's the case. So only one is the correct answer here. B would be the answer. And you can see in December 2010 it was set up to strengthen and institutionalize the mechanism for maintaining financial stability, enhancing inter-regulatory coordination, and promoting financial sector development. Inter-regulatory coordination means SEBI is a regulatory body and maintaining all the security market and all. RBI is a regulatory body for bankings and financial institutions. So inter-regulatory coordination should be there between these bigger bodies, and finance minister chairs that. That means it's a macro issue. Okay. And details are given here in the PDF. No funds are separately allocated to the council for undertaking its activities. That's important, and it was asked. Next, university ranking by Quacquarelli Simons. QS ranking, university ranking is an annual release, that is correct, and Indian Institute of Science, that is there in Bengaluru. It is not topping the Indian list, that is wrong, because IIT Bombay consecutively for 2 years now it is on the top, and IIC as the at the third rank, and IIT Delhi is on second rank. These are the Indian list, but you see we are not in the top of the world ranking. Only 23 institutions are there from India which are there in top 1000, not in top 200. This is wrong. This is wrong and very problematic for a country like India, big country like India, from where genius minds are coming to developed countries, and Indians are chairing now Google, Microsoft, all these important institutions. But here it is the condition in this country that leaving aside some genuine institutes like IIT, IIMs, all other institutes, they are nothing, and they are not able to give any kind of nice future to any student, and that's a clear case. No recruitments, leave about the foreign faculties or something like that. This is just rusting in its existence. That's a case. So this is wrong, and this is correct. Only one is the answer here. Okay, Quacquarelli Simons annual publication of university ranking, and MIT is at the top in this world for 8 years now, consecutively 8 years. What are the parameters? These are the most important things. Parameters such as academic and employer reputation, faculty student ratio, citation per faculty, international students, how many are studying there, international faculty, how many there are on campuses. So you can now decide on these parameters, that how are universities or colleges, especially in the states, how they are performing. IIT Delhi, it is at 182 rank and at 184. This is Indian Institute of Science in Bengaluru. So just 3 are there in top 200 and 23 are there in top 1000. That's the case. Next, countries use bilateral regional trade agreements to increase market access and expand trade in foreign market. That is correct. And many types of trade agreements are there. These are called reciprocal means. Reciprocity means I give something and that person also gives me something, and this is a mutual one, and we need each other. This is the case of reciprocity. So these kind of agreements we have seen. Bilateral agreements are there, regional trade agreements are there, like RCEP is there, and custom unions are there, and a common market is also there. So in European Union we observe these kind of things. And bilateral relations, as we were discussing 2 days back, that free trade agreements are there. So these are all reciprocal trade agreements, and in that members grant special advantages to each other. So that's the case. Okay, so this is correct. Second is wrong, because it says that according to WTO it is a trade distorting. No, it is not trade distorting. Leaving aside a situation where intentional distortions are done, in normal case it is very much helpful and supportive, and it is actually assisting WTO's aims, and not all the countries are at same page. Some are at different stages and they need some help, they need some different kind of help. Some are giving advantage to some others, and they are aiming for some other important goals. So these are trade terms, financial terms and all, and they are somehow assisting the world trade scenario. So first is correct, second is wrong. Only one is the answer. Okay. RTAs include many types of agreement. These are given here: trade agreements, custom unions, common markets, preferential arrangements, and in which members agree upon to their markets to each other's exports by lowering trade barriers. Like GSPs being talked about, that GSP is being ended by America, and it was a kind of a great help for Indian exporters, because the duties and these taxes, they were very low, and that's why Indian products, they were sold there on a cheaper price. But now GSP will end, then it will make Indian exported things very expensive. So that's the case. Next, recently in news recap, it is related to the piracy issue, and Indian Coast Guards, they are actually organizing this summit, and information they are sharing, and they have done tremendously nice job there, because it is the Western Indian Ocean region that is very much infamous for these pirates and all. Somalian pirates and all, they are disturbing this area, looting these ships and all, which are coming through Red Sea and Suez Canal and all. So this is regarding the maritime security, and Indian Coast Guards, they are at the center. Recap: regional cooperation agreement on combating piracy and armed robbery against ships in Asia. So this is recap, and this is information sharing center. 12th capacity building workshop is being organized here, co-hosted here by Indian Coast Guard, and it is the first regional government to government agreement to deal with piracy and armed robbery at sea in Asia. That's very, very important. So this recap may be asked. 20 countries are the members of recap, and India played an active role in setting up and functioning of recap along with Japan and Singapore. So that's the case. And Indian Coast Guard, it is designated by the Union government as focal point within India for recap. So that's the case. Next, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Many times we hear about SIPRI. It is talking about the nuclear stockpile issues and all, and all these countries, 9 countries it recognizes that are having these nuclear stockpile. And it is based in Sweden, because Stockholm is the capital of Sweden, not in Norway. So this is wrong. It's a very tricky thing. Many times we miss these kind of details, and this is wrong. Second, according to the new report, India has highest number of deployed nuclear warheads. No, we have no official deployed nuclear warheads. We have stockpile, but we have not deployed any. And if there is any kind of deployment, then that is totally hidden and under the secrecy, and there is no official revelation of that. So this is also wrong. So both are wrong here. D none is the answer. You see 9 countries: USA, Russia, UK, France, China, India, Pakistan, Israel, North Korea. Iran is not there. And you see the deployed warheads means some country has deployed at some place, and they are saying that we are ready for this attack. So it is not like that with India, and no information is there for China, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea. But they say that stockpiles are there. China is having 290, India and Pakistan having almost similar numbers, and North Korea, no information available, but they have for sure. And the total numbers, actually they are declining now. After 2018 these numbers are declining, so that's a good news. But we don't know how much serious and true these reports are. But CIPRI's report, this is the yearbook, and where it gives all this information. So that is the case. Total number of nuclear weapons at the starting of 2019 is around 13,900. So this is given here. Next, AWARE. What is AWARE? AWARE is actually a tool given by WHO for safe use of antibiotics. Even in the morning today, we discussed about the antibiotics resistance issue and how these bacteria are turning into superbugs, and they are not getting killed by the bacteria, by these antibiotics and all, because the indiscriminate use in humans, in poor families in India, and use on cattle, on chickens. Indiscriminate use means whatever doctor has prescribed, they are not using these antibiotics in that way. According to their own wish, according to their own understanding, they are using antibiotics anyhow, and they are taking them as painkillers. Actually, these are very specific ones, and they are relatable with the immunity of the bacteria. Now the bacteria's immunity is rising, and it has learned to resist it. And now many bacteria are like that. No antibiotic is working on them. So this is the case of AMR, antimicrobial resistance. And now this may be a new phase in this world. If very soon we are not able to discover new antibiotics, then people will die again from these common infections as they used to die in 18th, 19th century. So again we may die like that, and again TB can be very, very dangerous. Today the people are afraid of cancer in the same way people were afraid of TB in 1920s, 30s, 40s. So that's the case. So it's a tool, and AWARE means access, watch, and reserve. And anyhow, this discriminant use should be there, and these antibiotics should not fail. So it is regarding that. So WHO has launched this AWARE. Now anthrax, it's a bacteria, and I explained to you about anthrax that I gave you this example that it's a zoonotic disease, means it can be spread between cattle and humans. So any disease which can be spread between humans and animals, or animals or humans, then these are called a zoonotic disease. Very dangerous ones, like rabies, it's a dangerous one, and this swine flu, bird flu, even the HIV, that was a zoonotic disease. It came from monkeys and all. Kayasonur forest disease and all. So these are zoonotic disease. So anthrax is such kind of a disease. It's a bacteria, soil bacteria actually, Bacillus anthracis, and it's not a virus. So that's wrong. Second is wrong. Third, it does not spread from one person to other person. That is the case, and only with the spores, which are powdery substances, and with these bacteria, they reach to your body, and you are getting sick because of that. So that's the case, and only one is the answer here. B is the answer. You can see bacteria known as Bacillus anthracis produce dormant spores, means they are not active at that time, but when they reach in those environments like in your body, then they become active, and they may give you a very dangerous disease there, and it can be fatal also. So it's mainly cattle, sheep, and goats who are the victims there, but humans are also very much vulnerable for this disease now. So it does not spread directly from one infected animal or person to another. It spreads by spores only. So that's the case. So we will meet again tomorrow, and in the PDF you can read about all these things. And thanks a lot. Keep watching it.